the Scottish borders, man's country. Here's the proof, looming out of the gloom. A gorgeous tower of muscular Scottish stonework that any Inca would be proud of. This fine cone of stone was made by the brilliant British land artist Andy Goldsworthy, who lives up here in the borders. I'm supposed to be meeting up with him tomorrow to make a new piece somewhere out here. Ah, nice. Bit of frost on the ground.
Stayed remarkably long.
You must have extra thick skin on the bottom of your feet, Andy.
No, I love the cold. I can work anywhere, and there are great landscapes everywhere. You know, any landscape it can offer me something to work in. The people here have shown a great tolerance and at times interest in what I do, and you know, I don't work on my own fields. I only have a 6-acre field in front of my house. I depend on their goodwill to some extent, and their tolerance to allow me to work in these places.
It doesn't bother you that no one ever sees, or very few people ever see, this part of your work, the real part, the core?
You may think this is a fairly isolated, secluded spot. Probably more people visit here than artist studios. You know, and at any time a group of hikers, walkers, farmers can walk by me, and unlike in a studio, they can ask you what you're doing and come down and, you know, and examine it. So the intention with work like this is that I really don't know what I'm going to do. It's about looking and learning and seeing and responding to the day, the materials, and trying to understand a little bit of that day, that material, that place, that moment.
Well, I'm here to help you. Let's go.
Once I decide what I'm doing, you maybe have... Actually, you can bring those couple of branches there that I just picked up. What's interesting about, and in fact what's interesting about this whole place, it's a place that I actually walked by for many, many years. It doesn't seem a lot, but when you get inside of it, many of the trees here are dead, and eventually they fall and collapse. So there's a huge, heavy sense of death and decay in this place. The amazing thing is that when it falls in, the elm trees fall into the water, they create these amazing waterfalls to be worked in, and because they're made not of rock but of branches, it means you can kind of stick things into it, which I could never do with a rocky waterfall. So that's the kind of things that I'm trying to think of getting something that could be almost suspended miraculously in front of this water. To be honest, I think the chances of this succeeding are pretty slight. So, you know, that said, okay. If you can try and find any curved, smallish branches, just look around at the elm.
Pieces like this?
Yeah, pieces like a bit thicker maybe, whatever you can find.
No sooner said than done.
All right. It is driven fundamentally by intuition. This part of my work, you know, this is the food, this is the nourishment, this is what gives and feeds all the other things that I do in exhibitions, permanent works, outdoor installations, whatever. This is like the source. Well, I need both.
That's you, isn't it?
Marvellous. Terrific.
That's not particularly
Great,
good.
just pop them down there.
Look at that.
Can you find any more?
Do you want some more?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, all this decay that's created this place allowed me to make this. There's so much beauty come out of that process of change and decay. Every so often when you get a big flood, the whole landscape of the stream bed changes completely. And it's such a huge sense of loss when you come to a place like this that I've worked on before and it's been washed away. You know, it's no longer there. Rocks that have been moved, trees that have been blown down. It's really unsettling, really unnerving.
And then it all starts up again?
Then it all starts up again, yeah. Never the same as before. Always a different place, you know?
It's a good one, isn't it? I bet you're pleased with that, Andy.
Yeah, I am actually.